I didn't grow up watching any sport like consistently. Okay, not the NBA, not the NFL, any sport, because my childhood wasn't consistent. I was always moving from home to home with different families and things of that nature since the day I was born. So there are some things that I missed, some pockets that I missed, but there are some things that I caught. I caught a few years of Michael Jordan. I caught some Michael Vick. I caught some Eli Manning, some Peyton Manning, some McNabb. Some there were some moments I missed. I never really watched to what's his name, Jerry Rice in his prime. I don't think I've ever seen Jerry Rice play a day in my life. In terms of from my memory. So there were things that I just missed in my childhood, unfortunately. But I do get to go back and watch some of these tapes, which is really dope about the internet. Barry Sanders, I've always seen those jerseys living in Ohio. They were flooded in the schools, because there's a lot of people from Michigan and even in Ohio that were Barry Sanders fans. You just saw the jerseys. I used to want one just because I thought the colors were cool, for the Lions, even though I'm originally from Cleveland. But I live an hour away from uh, Detroit. But my childhood I was in Cleveland for like the age of 8 or so. But anyways, watching Barry Sanders has been amazing in terms of I can see what the big hype was about. I've reacted to a few of his highlights, and you can find that on my channel. And prior to him, my favorite running back was Adrian Peterson. Regardless of his off the field antics, I just love the way that he ran angry and how he was so strong. How nobody could, how he could just break a tackle and just take off. But then when you see Barry Sanders do it, he does it so effortlessly, and then he's such a class act, which I kind of like personally. Not that I don't like the showboating either, because Terrell Owens and Chad Ochocinco, I think they also made the NFL fun, and they made for good drama, as well. So, and I think that was what the NFL was missing when they started getting a little bit more strict. Of course, these guys were taking it too far, but I personally think that the NFL was better back then when it was just a little bit crazier, in my opinion. But that's not why we're here. We're here today for me to discover some more tapes that you guys have suggested for me to look more into Barry Sanders. Some of you, anyway, the sports people, like that love football, and to check out his college tapes. And this is classic classic tailback, Barry Sanders, Oklahoma highlights. Okay, which I've never seen these before. You guys are about to go on that journey with me shortly. Before we get into it, if you like this type of content, do me a big favor and like the video. If you want to stay up to date whenever I post, subscribe and hit that notification bell. The engagement, the likes, the comments tells me to do more sports on here, because I have a wide range of things that I enjoy. I like watching rugby, the highlights. I like pretty much any sport. I'm always open, even tennis. It doesn't really matter what it is, but my primary sports that I watched was the NBA and some of the NFL. Okay. But when it came to gaming, I'd play anything, so that's kind of why I can relate to watching any kind of sport, whether it be golf, tennis, football, soccer, doesn't matter. I can find entertainment and enjoyment out of it. But yeah, let's go ahead and check this one out, man. Let me put these headphones on. All right. Yeah, let's get into this. Let's go.
Bob, and linebacker for A&M. Swing pass, Sanders at the 25. Running room across the 35 to the 40. A good gain, first down for
So this is him as a young buck.
Oklahoma State. Gundy, handoff again. Sanders, running room, look out, could go. One man to beat, he does.
My goodness.
Touchdown, Oklahoma.
The way he was described, and I like this description of Barry Sanders, he runs like a locomotive. All right, his body just looks like a well-oiled machine in the way that he runs. Almost like watching one of those really expensive horses that are running. I don't know if they're stallions or what they call them, but when you watch them run, it's just a beautiful thing. And he kind of exudes that in the human form, in my opinion. Just a beautiful runner.
A good gain, first down for Oklahoma State. Gundy, handoff again.
Get off
Sanders,
me.
running room, look out, could go.
Beautiful.
One man to beat, he does. Touchdown.
It's nothing like breaking away from an entire team, all right? You know, everybody's behind you, and you just got nothing but green. That's got to be one of the greatest feelings in the world that I've never experienced, as I've never played a sport before professionally, all right? I played for fun, things of that nature. But, yeah, it's nothing like it. The running back has always been my favorite position because, to me, it's like an offensive gladiator position, all right? It doesn't, you know, their careers are pretty short, but I've always liked to watch them really do their thing. Of course, the quarterback is also, you know, that's the obvious favorite. That's the thinker, the intellect, things of that nature. But, you know, I've always loved the position of the running back.
Oklahoma State.
We told you that Sanders
If I played, that's what I would have tried out for.
scores once every 9 times he touches the ball. Now you see how, Bill.
For OSU on the right side and left side, they're pulling. Good trap blocking.
Oof.
The pull by Jason Kidder,
The
the
center
right
of gravity
guard,
is
kicks
amazing.
out. Once Sanders clears
stiff
and
arm.
stiff arms, adios.
Alex Morris was the only Aggie in his way, and Morris got a mouthful from that stiff arm by Sanders. Gundy on the draw play to Sanders, gets by one tackle for the Aggies, and a good job of closing by Leon
tackle.
Cole. Cowboys need 5. Option, wide open. Sanders needs a block. 10. Run out of bounds at the 5-yard.
You got to give the credit to the blocking team on this one. All right, just a really good
Oh,
blocking.
Cowboys need 5.
Nobody touched me.
Option, wide open. Sanders
One more
needs
block.
a block.
Couldn't
10.
get him.
Run out of bounds at the 5-yard line by Alex Morris, but not before the Cowboys get another first down. They're trying to hold OSU out again as we start the second period. Flip
Oh,
back Sanders.
out to the
He's
outside.
going to score.
Beautiful.
The Aggies had him back at the 5-yard line, and the little water bug,
The little
Barry
water bug.
Sanders out of Wichita, Kansas,
Was that his nickname? The little water bug.
broke free and scored for OSU in this game. Sanders, look at the little water bug move as he's across the 25 to about the 26. Gary Jones, William Thomas for A&M.
Was that the team logo? I know that I don't know a lot about college football, but I know the water bug. Well, Ohio, we're the Buckeyes. Well, the Buckeyes have a ring to it, so I make no apologies about that. But is that Oklahoma? Were they the water bugs, or are they calling him the water bug?
For OSU in this game. Sanders, look at the little water bug move as he's across the 25 to about the 26. Gary Jones, William Thomas for A&M. 6:28 left to play, second quarter. Barry Sanders, big hole.
Oof.
One man to beat, and he can't do it. William Thomas saves a
Hey,
touchdown.
this is when the NFL. When he got to the NFL, that one guy wouldn't have been able to stop him, from what I've seen. So but to watch the growth, to see where it started. I wonder where he went in the draft. Okay, and what was he projected in terms of his college tapes? Did they already know he was going to be who he was? Well, I mean, you can obviously see these highlights, but you never know. You never know. But these are amazing.
One man to beat, and he can't do it. William
There's a lot of people who do amazing in college, but when they get to the NFL, they can't cut it.
Thomas saves a touchdown at the A&M 34-yard line. They're 16 years in the NFL.
Tell you what, Sean's had a good start.
He really has, and he gets one off. Sanders, look out. Sanders, he breaks another one, goes to the outside. Sanders at the 30. Sanders at the 10.
Oh, man.
Touchdown, Sanders.
Listen, if I was on special teams, I would be pissed that he's the one getting the ball. You know what I mean? Like, the way this guy is run, he's just a really thick, muscular dude that just seems really strong, really hard to take down. It's like taking down a gorilla, no offense.
Look out. They're 16 years in the NFL.
Tell you what, Sean's had a good start.
He really has, and he gets one off. Sanders, look out. Sanders, he breaks
Beautiful.
another
You
one.
can't
Goes to
do
the
nothing.
outside.
You
Sanders
can't do
at
nothing.
the 30. Sanders at the 10. Touchdown. Sanders.
Beautiful.
Oh, my.
Beautiful.
Left and right, Mike Gundy, the quarterback. Gives the ball off to Barry Sanders, over left tackle. He spins away from one tackler, gets out to the 20, to the 25, and up to the 30 and out of bounds.
That was quicker than my eyes could catch. Was that a fake?
Sanders at the 10. Touchdown. Sanders. Oh, my.
Left and right, Mike Gundy, the quarterback. Gives the ball off to Barry Sanders, over left tackle. He spins away from one tackler, gets out to the 20, to the 25, and up to the 30 and out of bounds, short of the 30-yard line. Barry
Just the
Sanders
first down.
toward the formation. Here's Gundy, option play, pitches to Barry Sanders, sweeping the left side. He cuts, spins
Spin
away
move.
at the 35, and finally is knocked out of
Okay.
bounds hard.
This is
on
a
the far
grind.
side.
This is a
Single
grind.
count by Gundy. Gundy gives the ball off to Sanders, breaks away from two tacklers, cuts up the far sideline, and is out of bounds. Up very, let's see where they put it. It'll be short of the first down. They put
They're calling on his number.
tailback from the Nebraska 43. The pitch back to Sanders. Sanders tries to find a hole. Cuts down the 40. Jukes his way to the 35. Down to the 34-yard line. What a great run by Barry Sanders. The guy's a magician. Super play by Barry Sanders and getting up on
guy's a
fouls
magician.
from their own 23-yard line, trailing 14-0. Give to Barry Sanders over the right tackle. Jukes his way free. Cuts up across the 30 and gets up to the 32. A great run by Barry Sanders that has this crowd oohing. On signal count, Gundy gives to Barry Sanders over right tackle, cuts up the middle, 25. He's at the 30. He fights forward up the 33-yard line. Barry Sanders.
The thing that amazes me about this era was, like how tough they were. All right, how, when you watch the NFL, some games you watch, it seems like every few plays someone's getting hurt, someone's getting carted off, and you see these guys, they call on this guy's number, and he's just tough. They just, where I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the food back then. Maybe it was the testosterone levels. Who knows? But these guys was just a different breed in terms of toughness.
Receivers are deployed. Gundy gives the ball off to Sanders, going to the left side. He cuts upfield across the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of about 8. A play from their own 42. And off to Sanders up the middle of the draw play. 45.
I love the footwork here.
And ridden 40 to the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of about 8. A play from their own 42. And off to Sanders up the middle of the draw play. 45. He's at the 50, cuts to his left, and ridden down by the defensive end, Broderick Thomas, down to the Nebraska 44-yard line. Great run by Barry Sanders.
Good way to wrap him up.
The quarterback for Oklahoma State. Gundy gives the ball to Sanders, hit in the backfield, gets away, shoots his way forward, almost to the right.
Still that center of gravity.
35, 40, 45,
Oh my goodness.
almost up the 50.
The average tailback would have been down in this moment.
Back
Right
for
here.
Oklahoma State. Gundy gives the ball
But
to
he's not
Sanders,
average.
hits the backfield, gets
He's
away,
not average.
shoots his way forward, almost to the right, gets away from two tacklers, knights at the 30, 35,
Beautiful.
40, 45, almost up the 50-yard line, tackle from behind by Lorenzo Hicks. Gundy calls signals with 11-11 to go. Draw play to Sanders. On the left side, 50. He's at the 45. Glides to his left and is out of bounds by Reggie Cooper. Could have been some late hitting. Tailback. The gift to Sanders. On the left tackle. He's at the 5. 2-1. Touchdown, Cowboys. Barry Sanders.
The beauty of this guy is whether you don't, he has so many things he has so many things in his arsenal. He can go up the middle. He can go left to he can go left, right. It doesn't matter. He can break out from left, right, and the outside. He can go up the middle. He also, he's like all these backs in one. They have these specific backs, from my understanding, that come in just for a first down, the big guys that they'll put in. And then they have the elusive backs that where their strengths are just going on the outside. And, all these different backs that have different attributes. And he just seems to have all of that in his arsenal. So you never know. I mean, how do you prepare for that defensively? To me, it seems like a defensive nightmare. Okay.
Flips the ball to the official, and the Cowboys have mounted a touchdown drive. Wing left. Here's the gift to Sanders. Over the top, and
see?
he wins the plane, and it is a touchdown.
That's just when you want it. When you want it, okay? And I think that's what the NBA is missing today. You know what I mean? Like the NBA is missing players who really, 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 really want it and really passionate. That's what we loved about Kobe. That's what we loved about Jordan. That's what we love about Larry. That's what we love about Magic. Players who want it and really passionate about it. When he's willing to sacrifice his body and jump over his team, over the defense, these big scary guys, right? He just sacrifices his body for a touchdown. Okay, not worried about whether or not he's going to make it to the NFL, whether he's going to get hurt or anything like that. They were all about winning, And that's what was beautiful about sports. That's what united us, in my opinion, you know, like in terms of sports and music.
Left. Here's the give to Sanders over the top, and he breaks the plane, and it is a touchdown, as I thought the last one was. But this one is, according to the officials, Barry Sanders scores over the leap over the top, a 1-yard plunge, his second touchdown. 16 from the OSU 26. Gundy to Sanders on the draw play, gets a block, 30, goes outside, trying to get away from Hicks, gets away from him. He's at the 35, he's at the 40, he's at the 45. What a sensational run by.
Did you fool the cameraman?
Over the top, a 1-yard plunge, his second touchdown. 16 from the OSU 26. Gundy to Sanders on the draw play, gets a block, 30, goes outside, trying to get away from Hicks, gets away from him. He's at the 35, he's at the 40, he's at the 45. What a sensational run by Barry Sanders.
Guy's hitting X, square, circle. He's juking everybody.
Third period. Gundy gives the ball to Sanders, jukes outside in the right end. He's at the 5, he's at the 2, and he's down to the 1-yard line. He was hit hard by Tim Jackson.
The beautiful thing I also noticed about Barry is, you know, the moves he do, they look beautiful when he's juking, but he's not about the flash. He's about getting it done. He's about creating the shortest distance to the goal. No playing around, no frills. He's all about business when he's on that field, is what I can see.
21. Gundy pitches to Sanders over the left side. Heavy traffic, touchdown Cowboys over the left side. Barry Sanders scores. He gives the ball to the official, which is one of his traditions.
Signature things.
Barry Sanders, 63 to 28. Gundy pitches to Sanders over the right side. 2 to the 1. Touchdown Cowboys on his feet. Sanders, who flips the ball to the traditions. Barry Sanders scores. Over the left side. Heavy traffic, touchdown Cowboys over the left side. Barry Sanders scores. He gives the ball to the official, which is one of his traditions.
Let's see
Barry
that again.
Sanders, 63 to 28. Gundy pitches to Sanders over the right side. 2 to the
Little
1.
man.
Touchdown Cowboys on his feet. Sanders,
Beautiful.
who flips the ball to the official. Sanders has gone.
I'm picking Oklahoma to be #1 in the nation preseason next year.
Sanders, look at the spin. Sanders across the board.
Flips the ball to the official.
Let's
Sanders
do that
has gone.
again.
I'm picking Oklahoma to be #1 in the nation preseason next year.
Sanders, look at the spin. Sanders
Nice.
across the 40
Didn't get far, but it was beautiful.
to the 42. Gundy, the option. Sanders spins. Sanders has a chance. He could go all the way. Barry Sanders is caught from behind. All the way. Gundy, the option. Sanders spins.
That stutter, what's that called? A stutter step? Or what is that move called? But that was vicious.
Gundy, the option. Sanders spins. Sanders has
Then
a
takes
chance.
off.
He
Takes
could
off. I didn't think they were going to catch him.
Barry Sanders is caught from behind at the 6-yard line by Jerry Parks.
Beautiful.
2 wide receivers split to the near side. Gundy's got to scramble again. Finally hits his man. Sanders.
And he can catch too. I mean, just amazing, amazing. Like it reminds me of I'm pretty sure but Marshall Falk on Madden. All right, he had a lot of these attributes. I used to use them, like I used to play and throw the ball to him, sitting him out on a little route or whatever. And he just had all of these really versatile back. I didn't get to really watch him play much, but I did play with him on Madden or whatever. But it reminds me of just one of those universal running backs that just can do everything.
By Jerry Parks. 2 wide receivers split to the near side. Gundy's got to scramble again. Finally hits his man. Sanders. Sanders still on his feet. Sanders across the
Shoulder
40
shimmy.
to the 45-yard
shimmy.
line. And folks, he did it all by himself.
The misdirection here.
And Sanders still on his feet. Sanders across the 40 to the 45-yard line. And folks, he did it all by himself. Oklahoma State at the Oklahoma 41-yard line. Sanders has got the first down, still going inside the 35 to the 34-yard line for a Heisman. Field and Green split to the near side, and they'll go to Sanders. Outside, Barry Sanders.
Still couldn't catch him. Well, couldn't bring him down.
206.
You literally got to wrap him. You need a big guy that just can wrap around him. And the best tackles, that's what I've seen done to him is those big guys that just wrap him up. All right, but if you grab a jersey You might as well just let him go.
16 yards over the final 4 games to break Marcus Allen's record.
Wow, he did that right in college, jumping over people.
24-21, Mike Gundy, 1st and 10, and Sanders again.
There it is.
Barry Sanders across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
He does a good job of utilizing his shoulders to create misdirection.
Scott Garl, Kevin Thompson make the... Sanders, touchdown!
Too easy.
They give it to Sanders. He's got the 1st down. Inside the 30 to the 28.
Even though he sees 3 guys there, he still thinks I think I heard him say in an interview that if just one guy tried to tackle him, he considered it disrespect. All right. I rocks with that. I rocks with that because that's how I felt. You know, if one guy was guarding me on the court, it's disrespectful. All right. Because I'm about to shake your ankles. All right. I'm about to cross you up. You're going to need to bring your friend, you know. So I had that similar mindset because, you know, some of my favorite players, you know, were Michael Jordan and Baron Davis and a lot of like really hardcore players, you know, that, you know, I like that sort of mindset. So that's why when I first heard him say it, I laughed so hard because like, that's probably why I like this guy. It's disrespectful.
They give it to Sanders. He's got the 1st down. Inside the 30 to the 28.
2 big guys taken down. 3.
Sanders has got some room. Sanders to the 20-yard line. Just shy of a 1st down.
Yeah, when you're in the lead, it's going to take more than one.
Sanders weaving his way to mid. Tapped up by 22. Coming from the middle linebacker position, Steve Addison.
Oh.
He's gone for a touchdown.
Pure speed. Just pure, just slices through the lane. No one touches him. Watch the acceleration here.
He's gone for a touchdown. Barry Sanders, 33 yards.
Speed, agility, strength, IQ in terms of, you know, his field knowledge. Guy has everything.
239 over that mark of Marinero and Allen. Gundy dumping it upfield and catching the
Can catch.
football at the 35.
And he doesn't have to throw it up there like a loaf of bread either. He can really hit it to him, you know, which I love.
Is Barry Sanders. 1st and goal for the Cowboys of OSU. Barry Sanders.
Seems like we only get these special players. I don't know. They come along when, you know, once a decade or so. You know, these just really unique, like they're just special. All right, it's amazing.
The best pass he threw was dropped by Dyke.
Barry Sanders getting loose out over the 40. The clock is down to 15 seconds. They'll stop. To Sanders on 3rd and 2. That's a 1st down. Inside the 30.
And he's still standing up. I mean, it's just, they can't bring him down. He just has that, I've said it again, that center of gravity, and the guy's just trying to weigh him down, and he's still getting a few steps in.
Out over the 40. The clock is down to 15 seconds. They'll stop. To Sanders on 3rd and 2. That's a 1st.
This is when he grabs him. He grabs him, and he still takes like another 4 or 5 steps.
The clock is down to 15 seconds. They'll stop. To Sanders on 3rd and 2. That's a 1st down. Inside the 35.
See, from my knowledge, the average running back, you know, once they feel the hands on them, a lot of them, they don't want to get injured or they don't want to really get hit too hard. So they'll just go ahead and, you know, concede and take the tackle. Versus with Sanders, he's like, no, you're going to really have to try to bring me down. You know, I'm not going down and I'm going to keep going. Now that's the whole team. This is one of the more, well, a lot of them are impressive, but when you break this tackle, break that tackle. That's what I found the most mind-blowing thing about him is how he breaks tackle after tackle and then just takes off.
Let's see how they answer. How about Barry Sanders?
One,
To midfield.
two. He only had one arm on him. Okay, I thought it was more, but still.
Garrett Lindbrook is going to lead through the hole, and now here's the Sanders has to cut it. Watch his feet. Watch his feet.
Oh.
Look at the balance, and now he's gone. Don't tackle him on the upper body. You can't
Number
get him
12,
down.
what are you doing?
Didn't get him down there, and now the speed. Now the speed. Watch his feet. Never commits. Now he gets both feet down all the time. He's got those both feet on the ground.
Yep.
Now just flat out.
Play action to Sanders. Gundy with time to Barry Sanders. He
Two.
broke one tackle,
Okay.
almost broke another one, and he's out over the 35 now. Sanders wants to throw back to Gundy. He's got it inside. Sanders easily for the score.
The guy just lived in the flow state.
And that's number 4 on the night for Mr. Sanders from Wichita. And having a big night like the other two are Dykes and Sanders. Here's Barry inside the 25. And
I don't know why I just have the sudden urge to play Madden. I don't even own the game.
the 7th. Draw play. He should have been set for a loss and turns it into a gain of about 7 yards the year before against Tulsa. 2nd and 3. First down. Touchdown.
Beautiful.
And that's number 5.
Final rushing statistics. 523 carries. 3,556 yards. I'm assuming that's incredible. You know, as someone, I'm not going to pretend like I'm sort of a sports aficionado. 48 touchdowns, 6.8 yards per carry. Yards per carry, that's what YPC, okay. 6.8 yards per carry, 48 touchdowns. That's incredible. 48 touchdowns. Amazing work. Love learning about these legends of old, okay? Like especially the special ones, okay? Like this guy. If you guys have from any sport someone you would like me to visit, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be football. Let me know in the comments section below of what I should check out next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I genuinely enjoy checking these out. Excuse me. And yeah, you know, I appreciate your time and everything else for that. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Peace.
I did it.